I'm with Blooming Buckets in Kialla, and I have a real passion for flowers, really. Dried flowers are my passion, but I do work with fresh flowers. My pathway to living this dream of doing what I love every day started probably when I was around 17, probably even a little younger, lived in the country and spent lots of time just foraging and picking flowers, drying them. My bedroom was quite full of spidery things because I would bring them all inside. So from wherever I can remember, I've played with flowers. So my name's great, Treez, I love it. Dried flowers are back in fashion. They were back in the day, like 25 years ago, and probably 35 years before that as well, who knows. The drying process, there's different ways to dry flowers. At the moment, a lot of people are using preserved flowers, faux flowers, and putting chemicals and stuff in. I probably prefer the more natural look. And lots of those things basically just dried in place. So using lots of natives, picking stuff from all over the place, and basically you just hang them upside down and let them dry out. Or a lot of the flower arrangements that I do, I use a mixture of fresh natives and allow them just to dry in place. So, we call those forever flowers. They last and last for a long time. So basically, a lot of the flowers are imported, but we have such a great variety in Australia, and that's what my passion is, using seasonally, locally sourced kind of stuff. Well, I don't even know if I call it a business. It's really, I'm a hobbyist. I'm a creative, and I was out of the industry for probably 20 years working as a bookkeeper, and realised that I needed to do something creative. So my day looks like, I work from home, so I hang out with my dogs and I work mostly outdoors. So I get rugged up, I get outside. If it's raining, I put a raincoat on, and pretty much I fill my orders. I do a lot of funeral work, which I really love because it's so special for people. I have done lots of weddings, but I'm sort of backing away from those because I'm getting a little older, and that takes a fair bit of work, mind and physical. So basically I just get up and see what's ahead of me for the day. I try to live in the day, which is, a bit of a challenge. So basically I get outside, I do a bit of wander around my property, and do a bit of, I call it foraging, which is kind of between flowering and foraging. Sometimes I drive the roads and do a bit of foraging as well. There's a couple of little flower farms, local flower farms that I buy from. So my day is different every day. I do deliver, so I get around town and I stock a couple of cafes. I stock Milestone, which is just out of Kialla, and I stock Stanley's cafe, which is in town. So if you're looking to get into creative flower arranging, so I'm not a florist by trade. However, I've been in this industry for about 40 years, which, it's a pretty long time. So I was around back in the 80s doing dried flowers, and now I'm back in 2022 doing dried flowers. So basically I think that you need a creative eye. Today we've just worked with like 50 young people who have come in to get a bit of a feeling about it, and honestly I just say, it ain't rocket science. Use your creative skills. I kind of don't believe you can really go wrong. If you love it, then that's great. So, using your eye, following a little bit of a constructional program of, having your feature flowers at the front and some filling things in the middle and then some taller things at the back. But really beautiful to just be a bit creative and asymmetrical arrangements. I don't know. I say anything goes so long as you love it, and so long as the people that you're working for love it. It is consistent for me. As I said, I don't particularly want to work full time, so and I want to be able to work my own hours. I can take it or leave it a bit. Sometimes I say yes, sometimes I say no, but it is very consistent. And I actually think the pandemic, but honestly, I believe the flower industry just went on fire because people wanted to bring love, and there is it's a beautiful way to to make people's hearts sing is to have a flower arrangement delivered to your door. And during COVID, I did lots of that. So, you know, we didn't really have to suffer a whole lot with I didn't feel like I was locked down. I live on 10 acres and, you know, how blessed to be out in nature and creating. It was wonderful. Honestly, I think the flower industry is just still booming. Oh, well, fresh flowers are great. I love them, but they don't last for that long. So I think while dried flowers are in, you know, run with it because they last forever. I call them forever. Love them a long time. And sometimes even, you know, I think it's a little disappointing if you get a flower arrangement and it just dies in a week. So, you know, how beautiful to have something to allow it to dry in place, rearrange it again and keep it. Yeah, go dried flowers, I say.